Welcome back. Tonight, I'm taking you deep inside a carnival of shadows, where laughter hides something far more sinister. Get ready for a chilling story about a clown whose smile never fades, but neither does his thirst for fear. Make sure you're alone, lights off, and headphones in, because this isn't your average carnival tale. If you like your scares dark and twisted, don't forget to hit that like button. Drop a comment with your worst clown nightmare, and subscribe to stay part of this haunted family. Now, let's step into the funhouse, if you dare. It started as a joke. Eddie was never one for big crowds or parties, but when his sister invited him to the local carnival, he thought, why not? The summer air smelled of popcorn and cotton candy, neon lights flickering as the sun dipped below the horizon. The carnival was alive with laughter, the hum of games, and music drifting like a siren's call. But something was off. Eddie noticed the clown first, a tall figure in faded cracked makeup, with a grin too wide and eyes that seemed too empty. He stood just beyond the bright tents, watching. When Eddie caught his gaze, the clown smiled wider, and then disappeared into the shadows. "Relax," his sister said, tugging him toward the Ferris wheel. "It's just a clown." But Eddie couldn't shake the feeling. As the night wore on, the clown seemed to appear everywhere. Behind the prize booth, lurking near the funhouse mirrors, sitting silently on a bench. No one noticed. When Eddie mentioned it, his sister laughed it off. "You've been looking too long at cotton candy. Clowns are supposed to be funny." But Eddie wasn't laughing. The grin haunted his dreams, twisting into sinister sneer. Hours later, after the carnival emptied and the lights blinked out one by one, Eddie found himself alone near the funhouse. The sound of distorted carnival music echoed eerily. Suddenly, the clown emerged from the darkness. His voice was soft, but chilling. "Why so serious, Eddie? Want to play a game?" Eddie tried to run, but the world shifted. The mirrors warped his reflection into something grotesque. His own face twisted into a clown, makeup smeared like blood. He felt himself slipping, losing grip on reality. The clown's laugh was the last thing Eddie heard as the funhouse swallowed him whole. The next day the carnival was gone, vanished without a trace, except for one thing: a single red balloon tied to the funhouse door. It bobbed gently in the morning breeze, its glossy surface gleaming like a warning in the early light. The town folks whispered about the sudden disappearance. No one could explain where the tents, rides, and booths had all gone overnight. The bright colors, the sounds had simply evaporated, leaving behind an empty field, cracked and dried under the sun. But the balloon stayed. Sheriff Daniels arrived early, his boots crunching over the dry grass as he eyed the balloon warily. Children from the nearby town gathered hesitantly, casting nervous glances at the empty spot where the carnival had stood. "Who tied this here?" Daniels muttered. Reaching to grab the balloon string, it slipped through his fingers like smoke. The funhouse door behind it was no longer there, just a blank wall, cracked and weathered, as if the entire building had been swallowed along with the carnival. Days passed and the town grew uneasy. Eddie's family reported him missing, but no sign of the boy was ever found. No trace of his footprints, no clues inside his home, nothing but the echo of his terrified screams in the minds of those who heard him. Then other disappearances began. People claimed to hear carnival music faintly in the night, drifting through empty streets. Some swore they saw a clown's grin flickering behind windows, reflections in puddles. Those who chased the specter never returned. The balloon remained tied to the invisible funhouse door, a silent sentinel, watching. Whispers turned into stories. The carnival wasn't just a carnival, it was a trap, a place where the clown lured souls to his funhouse of endless torment. Once inside, victims became part of the carnival itself, trapped, a twisted, never-ending performance. Some say the clown was a cursed performer, doomed to entertain forever. Others believe he was something older, something hungry for fear. One evening as the sun bled across the sky, Eddie's sister stood alone in the empty field. The balloon floated eerily against the darkening clouds. Suddenly, a whisper echoed on the wind. Why so serious? Her breath caught in her throat. The balloon twisted, rising higher, pulling a string that seemed to stretch into the night itself. Behind her, the funhouse door reappeared, just for a moment, and the clown's smile shone like a beacon. She ran, heart pounding, but the carnival shadow had already creeping into her world. Her eyes snapped to the funhouse door, which had been invisible moments before, now appearing slowly out of thin air, framed by the cracked, painted, and rotted wood. The door creaked open, revealing a blackness so deep it swallowed the dying light. From the shadows, the clown's face emerged, pale and cracked. His smile stretched impossibly wide, eyes glowing with cruel delight. He spoke. Voice a low rasp, a sound like laughter scraping across broken glass. Welcome back. The show's just beginning. She wanted to scream, to run, but her feet were rooted in place, caught in the terrible gravity of the funhouse pole. And then, before she could move, the balloon snapped free, floating slowly towards her face. Its glossy surface rippled and warped, twisting into a grotesque version of the clown's own smiling mask. The last thing she saw before everything went dark, that terrible grin, reaching out to claim her. The carnival never truly leaves, and neither does the clown's last laugh. Thanks for sticking with me through the twisted carnival nightmare. If the clown's grin still haunts your thoughts, make sure to like and share this story with someone who needs a scare tonight. Don't forget to comment below your own creepy carnival experiences. I read every one of them. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join us for more dark tales that keep you up at night. Until next time, beware the shadows, and remember, the last laugh is always on you.